Hello everyone, welcome to the review for the game between Manchester United and Bodo Glimt. We've just won 3-2. You all should know by now we never ever do it in an easy fashion. There's always some kind of bump along the way, and our blood pressure rises as it gets towards the 90th minute, and quite literally extra time something could have happened, but it didn't, and we won 3-2. I'm not quite sure where to start off with this though, because I feel like there's a lot of things to talk about. Whether you can go into system, whether you can go into kind of individual performances. So we'll just start off with, what did you like about that game, Civir? Talk to me about that. I know negatives.
Yeah. Defensively and like the midfield, like they're getting it. They're starting to get what we're trying to do. So I was quite pleased about that. Very happy with Ugarte. It wasn't like a crazy performance. It was just tidy, professional, winning the ball, giving it off. Nothing to, sometimes it's just when you keep it simple, you just do the simple things. Like it just, and he kept the game ticking. I was really, really happy with him. So as far as like, and even Bruno in the 8 as well, like I was quite happy with his performance as well. Like, I mean, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that, that side of the game, like, the players are starting to get it. Obviously, I'm happy with the win. For me, with the Europa League, like I've said this quite a few times, it's all about just winning, right? If we have a good performance, I'm happy with that. But I really need us to win this cup. So yeah, I'm happy with the 3 points, and defensively, they're getting it. They're starting to get it a little bit. So yeah.
Can I just say I really like that fleece? I was just admiring it from while she was talking. Yeah, it looks really warm. Yeah,
it's very, very, very warm. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
From a company called. No, I won't say their name because
yeah. Oh, don't want to sponsor. No sponsor, please. Is what we're on about here. Sam, what did you like about that warm performance?
I put it in the thumbnail. Tactical adaptability. He changed things when he realised it wasn't working. We started off with a back 3, and then the Garnacho in the 10 just wasn't working like at all. And he switched it up. So when we're out of possession, we went into a back 4, and then when we're in possession, back 3, and Dallo would invert into the 10, which would push Garnacho outside, which is where he's better. So I liked that he was able to change things. We saw all the subs come on quite early, which under Ten Hag, remember when we were screaming, like, why is he not changing this? Why is he not making subs? Why is he not doing this? Rotating workload from different players. Lissandro was injured. He took him off quite early. Thingy just came back as well, didn't he? I forget all the subs now that he made. Alacio, short, etc. So giving them minutes, giving them rests and stuff like that. That was good. 3 points, obviously important. Me and Chivy talked about in the preview. Just wanted 3 points, get the win, get the 3 points on the table. That's the most important thing, and we got that. So yeah, they're all good. And Højlund getting 2 goals, very happy with him. 2 excellent finishes with the goals, and he was involved in the first one with Garnacho, like pressed the goalie, got the ball to Garnacho. So yeah, I think really good performance from Rasmus Højlund as well. So with all the positives for me.
You know what I really liked, and one thing I kept thinking to myself whilst I was watching the game, how the tempo of the play. So a lot of times under Ole or Ten Hag, it'd be very sluggish, very side to side. And there is a bit of side with the back 3. You do get that a bit from shifting from one side to the other, but that's to try and disorganize their shape. But why they do that?
Looking for openings.
Yeah, looking for openings, absolutely. Yeah. But what I liked about it is just the tempo of the passes and the rotations. So they drill it into someone. Majari invert. Ahmad, if he was on, would come out wide, and it seemed very fluid at times, and it was sustained not for the full game. Because obviously Bodo had a couple of counter-attacks where you like sat there worried like, fuck's sake, this is what we've seen under Ten Hag as well. But a lot of sustained pressure as well where they're ticking it. And I think someone who was important in that, who's going to get their own segment anyway, and you all know exactly who I'm going to say, Nasser Majari, lads, is what a fucking signing he is. Unbelievable, man. The more I watch him, the more I'm like, his name by now in our WhatsApp must have the most... It was like a ticker for the amount of times we mentioned him.
Like you every week I say, who's the guy who's been leaving man of match, and I pick Mazraoui, and you go, can you just pick someone else? It's very hard to when he does that every fucking week.
He's unbelievable.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to get to the goal and I'm going to get to individuals, but I try and go through it kind of chronologically. You mentioned the goal there, Sam, with Rasmus. I don't know. Like the keeper obviously had a howler, but I felt the defender shouldn't have passed it as well. Like when the defender had it, if you look at Rasmus's positioning, it's a risky pass to play that when he's close to the keeper. I felt like he threw him under a bus a little bit. I don't know what you lads thought about that situation. Anyway, so
no, when you started the question, you said Sam, so I thought.
Yeah, Sam spoke about Højlund, but I said and opened it up to the floor. So, make sure lads wake up. Fucking hell, ready for bed, you two, aren't you?
Go on, Sam.
All right. I thought, risky pass, but I think the goalie. Why has he let it roll across his body? Like, I don't understand.
It worked great from them.
Why he's let it roll across with basically inviting Højlund to press him and take the ball away from him. And then you notice as well when he went to the ground, he had his arms wrapped around Højlund on the floor. Basically, if Garnacho doesn't
it would have been a pen.
That's what I'm saying. If Garnacho don't put that in the net, that's a penalty as well. So But pressed him. That's what a good striker should do. You should press the goalie if you've got the opportunity, or press a defender if he's on the last line. Press them, because you never know, they might make a mistake like that, and you get an opportunity, which is what happened. And it's like, what, 2 games in a row now we've scored under a minute. Like, it's ridiculous.
But likewise with the Ipswich game too, they didn't last very long because their 2 goals, from what I remember at least, was just not being switched on. I think there was one where it was like a long ball.
Malacia got burnt out, didn't he, by the...
That was the second goal, but the first goal was...
No, that was the first.
Malacia goal?
Oh, no.
That was the second one. Right. The first one was a long ball, it bounced back, there was a second phase, they just penetrated easier, and then the second one was kind of just a play from the defender, little curved ball over the top. Lissandro presses in, and Malacia is trying to chase back, and he gets burnt by, I can't remember the player, whoever it was. Yeah. But are they examples, Civir, basically of the flaws almost in the system that they're not used to it? Because that's too easy, that, and it 2 or 3 passes, and they just straight in. For with all due respect to a team like Bodo.
Yeah, it's also like concentration as well. Like I think it was a myriad of things. So like with the first one, the defender plays it out to the midfielder, and then he already knows where the attacker is going. So one time he just literally just plays it over the top, and he just leaves Malacia dead, like in the dust. And that's the second goal. With the first one, it was a cutback. Like usual, like normal.
Like, I'm so sick of cutbacks.
We've seen that so many times.
Sick of it.
Yeah.
And the guy had so much time, so much time, and then he got it. So I think it was more like it's still them trying to figure out, like, you know, their 1s and 2s, still getting caught up. Concentration is a big thing as well. But I'm really happy with the response, especially in the second half. Like that was, I needed to see that response. And I'm going to tell you now, this manager is not happy with that performance. He might come out and say, "Oh, the guys are trying" and all that. The way he walked off after the final whistle, he was like, he just knows he's in for it. Like,
he didn't celebrate the first Højlund goal. No, when we got the equaliser,
no,
he didn't even celebrate because he was so fucking furious at what was going on.
It was just mad.
Yeah. But that goal, we can park on that for a second, because I thought we mentioned Majari before. The work he did, Sam. Majari beating like 2-3 guys, and then the ball is
just easily. Like he's so good on the ball.
He's playing with them, isn't he? Quite literally playing with them.
Makes it so easy. Honestly, sorry, Sam, that was your question.
His decision making as well is like, I've not seen him make a bad decision when he's on the ball. Like every decision he makes is the correct one. It's the correct pass. It's the correct movement. It's the correct which way he needs to go. Everything is just on point. It's fucking ridiculous. Like how have Bayern let him go for £15 million? How have they let this guy go? Like it's insane. Like amount of money for a player of this quality. And I just think, I think he is now, him and Onana. I hope we touch on Onana as well, but like him and Onana's they're the first names on the team sheet now, because just the consistent quality and the consistent getting us out of trouble. They do it every week, and Mazraoui is a massive part of it.
Before we dive into the second half, I want to go to the comments. There's quite a few people who seem happy, at least. Andy Williams saying Ugarte is so good in this system. He was putting fires out left, right, and centre, Ugarte. Yeah. And actually on the ball, he was pretty decent as well. He was quite important in combinations. Maz saying, hi, all good result. Was nervous at times, but Reds got the result. Much love. Ugarte and Majori, a fantastic bit of business. They're mint. So it's definitely from Manchester using that word. Macmillan, we should have won like 6-2. I don't know about that. I don't know if we should have won 6-2.
I'd say 5.
No,
Garnacho with a sitter when he's still got all the space.
Yeah, we missed a couple of big chances, but 6-2.
Yeah.
Mount hit the bar.
Yeah.
And then Rashford, that one at the end. So that's 6. That's 6.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get on to Mason Mount. Don't you worry about that. We shall talk about him. Rashford was okay when he played in the 10, but Mount played really well as a 10. Malacia was forgiven. He said Rashford was okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, sorry. Jonathan Ball, hi lads. Great to see Højlund getting in the goals. His first goal took extremely well. What do we think of Bruno? Yeah, we didn't really touch on the finish from Rasmus, did we? Because that's an awkward one. On his weak foot in a tight space to get that in. I was like, oh my God.
The touch was spectacular. Like when it comes over and he touches the thing and then just fire between 2 defenders as well. Like there's 2 defenders closing in and he still gets it into the corner. Fantastic finish.
Yeah, typical centre forward goal. Like he does like a roll back, like an old school goal. Like,
yeah.
You know, just control one foot, send it the other way. Like the keeper was not even expecting it. Like there wasn't that much pace on the ball either.
No.
But the keeper wasn't. He's just in.
That's why I was confused as to how it went in, because it didn't seem like much power at all. But it seems
but you know, because he did it in between 2 defenders, so the defender kind of shielded the goalkeeper, so he saw it late. You know, but then that's the thing about having like a really quality. I'm not saying he's quality, but that's when you have a good centre forward that can make a goal out of absolutely nothing. Like I'm really happy he scored that. Like it will do wonders for his confidence.
Yeah. And not only that, obviously he got 2 today as well, didn't he? But I just hope he can kick on from this, because this is the annoying thing with Rasmus Højlund for me. I feel like there's something there. It's very raw, but there's something there. But I'm like, when is it gonna click? When is he gonna start getting some consistency and doing this on a more frequent basis? That's what I want from him as your number 1 striker.
Yeah, I think the thing with Højlund is like we have to create the chances for him. That's the thing. Like he's really bad when the ball comes to feet and he has to like, you know, take care of the ball and that sort of stuff. But then if you're creating, I think he's more like a poacher. He's one of them poachers where he pounces on counters. But then it's one of those things where he just has to learn how to cope in this new system, where he has to take care of the ball sometimes, keep his head up and look for runners around him. Because there were so many times when he had the ball. And I don't want to be too hard on him, you know, but there were so many times when he had the ball where he could have easily just laid it off or just done the simple thing. But, you know, he just gets crowded. And then if you're being double teamed the whole time as a central striker, like you have to be on the ball to be able to give it off before the defenders, like, you know, crowd around you and stuff. But there's, you know, he's young. Hopefully he'll learn.
I'll dive into the second half of the events in a moment. I hope McMillan's put a couple of good comments in. He said Leacher also didn't do Malacia any favours with that goal. Leacher was nowhere trying to recover. Leacher at left centre-back is a problem. He's too slow and he can't defend wide spaces. Been saying this for ages, at least for the past couple of weeks, I'll say. And the same thing happened with Ipswich, with Johnny Evans playing in that left centre-back role. Because the pace and mobility at times. I'd say Leach is a little bit more mobile than Evans, but both of them struggle with that a little bit. And that's why I keep saying Luke Shaw needs to be there. If Luke Shaw can stay fit, he starts there over Lissandro and Evans for me every day of the week because of the physicality issues. Just for me personally, it's just like an individual thing. He also says, and this is something else that's pissing me off, Robbie Savage non-stop yapping about the formation all game was ear-bending, got a migraine from listening to it. I kept saying it to my girlfriend. I was like, he's not stopped going on about the formation and what he's done and what, like, as if he wanted some plaudits for it. And it's like, you're trying to commentate in the game, mate. There's stuff going on here. You know what I mean? It's like I reckon he's done this. I think he's done that. And you're like, you said that already. What are you on about? We're 10 minutes into the second half.
You know when he prepped his notes, he wrote down that one thing and then he wrote nothing else.
Just repeat.
And then he was just like looking at his notes going, shit, I wrote nothing else. I'm just
I think he's changed the formation. I think he's changed it. Like, yeah, we know. Yeah, we're watching the game as well, Robert. Like, come on, crack on, mate. Anyway, let's go into the second half events. A couple of little things I wanted to touch on. I thought Dalot and Rashford initially, when they first came on, was a little bit sloppy in the passing. I felt like they give it away a couple of times, which is, you know, when you're coming onto a game, it can happen. What did you think of those substitutions or all the subs that came on? Was you happy with them? I know there was a couple of questionable ones with the Casemiro one, wasn't there?
He got exposed, didn't he? Like when that ball went over the top and then Onana has to come out and sort of tackle him and stuff like that. That was a worrying time with Casemiro at centre back. I thought the game was crying out for Ahmad. I was surprised Anthony stayed on as long as he did. I thought I don't want to pile on Anthony because I feel like we have a go at him every single week, even when he's not playing. He's not good enough, is he? He's just not good enough for this team.
I think it'd be okay as a rotational option. I don't think he was awful.
Offers nothing.
Yeah, me too. He had his moment.
He just offers nothing. Like every time he gets on the ball, what's he going to do? Cut onto his left. He never goes down his right. He never goes down the channel. None of it.
It was one time where outside the foot, he did cross it with the outside of his foot, and I was like,
"Oh my god!" I was like, "Yeah, I remember
right
seeing
foot,
that.
Man.
This guy does not have a right foot."
Yeah, like, come on.
I think Anthony, he wasn't amazing, but he had his moments. There were moments in the game where he was all right. He linked with Ahmad, and I think, obviously he's been out for quite some time. It's one of those. There's a bit of rustiness there. Yeah, he's not good enough. I mean, considering, Mazraoui was how much? 15 mil. Yeah. He's like one of our cheapest players, and he's our best player. And Anthony is like the most expensive player, and he's just crap. But then, I think there's a lot he can take from the game today. I don't think it was that bad, to be honest. But just to touch on the subs.
Jivy, just before you touch on subs, shout out to Mason Mount, by the way. I thought he was good today.
Oh yeah, we'll touch on that. I'm sure. I'm sure Nick is very.
He's waiting. He's waiting.
Go on,
I think the reason why came in was when full control at the time. And when Cass comes in, his distribution, to be fair, was amazing today. Like
he's great at.
It was just like it was just like a quarterback, like at the back. Yeah, just pinging it. Yeah. But I did think it was a bit shaky, and it was kind of early. So that makes me worry if De Ligt is injured, because it was like the 64th minute or something, and then that was the 5th sub, and it comes out, I was like, that has to be shaky. But then, like, we're controlling the game, so obviously, it was risk reward.
A couple of decisions in there. Do we feel any different to what was made on field? So there was a couple of handball shouts. There was I think it was a red card shout. I can't remember what it was for. But any decision question, you guys, or are you happy with them all?
The goal looked offside.
You think?
Ours
Rasmus. You're on about?
Yeah.
But they drew the line, didn't they? There was a blue line where it was like, and he was happy with it.
I didn't care. I didn't want to see it.
Oh. Fair enough. He was looking away at that point, was you? He was like,
I was like, no, I don't care.
I
was just on my phone. Like,
yeah. The only thing was weird. That last chance they had, where Onana makes a save with the head, and they said he was offside. I don't think he was offside. No, they said they were
there wasn't a replay on that.
No, it's just like he's not offside. I was like, I don't understand why they give it, but.
There was a couple where I was like, but to be honest, we've had quite a lot of bad luck in that department. So if it goes fractionally against the opposition, I really don't give a fuck. I'm just happy to take it at this point. And towards the end of that game, I was kind of felt like, oh no. And when you got that free kick at the end, I was like,
this is going in. This is going in. This.
Did you see Amorims? Like, I don't think he could watch.
Yeah, he couldn't watch. He was on his phone or something. I mean, he just watching.
Yeah,
he was completely down.
He was like,
I don't blame him, but that'll do massive confidence because they have capitulated in Europe, as we know. FC Twente, Porto, Fenerbahce. It's happened loads of times. So just get past that mental block a bit and climb at least a little bit up the table will be great for him. I'll go back into the comments in a moment, but I want to talk about individuals. We spoke about Mazraoui. I mean, more than likely, one of the words I'm looking for. You're happy to speak about him if you want and give your own monologue. But obviously we said he's amazing. Rasmus Højlund, are we happy with him going forward if you can find some consistency? Or are you still worried about the goals up top, lads?
I think me and Chivy differ on this, don't we? I think if you feed him, he will score. Like, I think it's that simple. I think if you get the ball to him in those sort of positions, like we saw with that great finish and then running in behind and stuff, I think if you can get that, he will score goals. If you give him no service and then you try and treat him as a target man with balls over the top or trying to get his back to goal, he's not going to be the guy. Like, it's not going to work. But if you play the way he does with the positions he got into today and the opportunities he got, he'll score. He will. But that's my opinion.
I think we're stuck with him for the rest of the season, I think. So the sooner he gets on board with the style of play, the better. I'm happy for him to, play that poacher role. It's just really, really tough to see, like when we're trying to progress the ball. And this is not just him, it's like our front line, the entire front line. Trying to progress the ball, and our attackers can't even take care of the ball. Like the IQ it's not where it's supposed to be. Fine and good, he'll score goals, he'll be there and stuff, but then we need strikers that do just more than that. That's the argument. And then, but the problem is we haven't seen that from Rashford, from him, or Xerxes. Like none of our attackers, or what's his name, Garnacho, like none of them have really stepped up to the plate just yet. So it's going to be a long season, man, and we're stuck with them now. And I don't see us going to spend big money in January for a striker. Like this is what we have to deal with. The quicker they get into this, the better. But I mean, goals would only do good for their confidence. So I'm happy they scored.
Yeah, me too. Garnacho's another one where I'm like, I can see he's got a lot of ability. He can carry the ball really well and beat a man.
Decision making.
And he works hard, but that's annoying.
But can I just add, like he did miss quite a few chances and didn't pick his head up. But I was happy with the intensity that he brought into the game, like going back to defend, tracking his man. He did a lot of stuff off the ball that a lot of people wouldn't really pick up on. And at least if you're not scoring, at least just be an extra man there. Like just be add to the the double teaming, the combinations, things like that. Like if you're not doing that, at least if you're not scoring or assisting, if you can perform like that, like give us that. That's the very least you can do. And that's the problem I was having with Rashford that I was putting in the chat. Like he gives us nothing. We're like a man down with Marcus Rashford in there. But yeah.
Obviously, the attack was a collective, lads, and there was a certain man who had a decent performance, I want to say. Now, but let me preempt this with... So, obviously, in Erik Ten Hag's system, there was no place for him. So, I understand people were like, it just doesn't work with Bruno and Bruno being there. I've always understood that. I've seen a play. I know there's a player in there. I know there's something in there. And obviously, he's got to stay fit. I mean, you could hear after this game that he's pulled a calf or done his knee in or something. So, it can literally go either way. But based on the performance today, were you happy with his performance from what you saw Mason Mount? Obviously, I'm on about.
Yeah, he works in that position. He works in that 10 behind the striker. That's a very, very good position for him. I think he played in a similar position for Chelsea, didn't he? When he had that really good season. He played in
the other side.
Yeah, he played in a very similar position for England under Southgate, under that first sort of bit when he was like the first name on the team sheet under Southgate. That's a really prime position for him, and I think he's really effective in that position. And we saw him, the other side of him, like he got, I don't know how many goals he got for Chelsea, but he got in a position where he could score, hit the bar. And I think I want to see more of that as well from Mason Mount, not just the ball playing ability in the past, but score a couple of goals. If he can get to more of those positions and, like you said, stay fit, I think he could be really, really good in that number 10 position. Him and Mount in that position, him and Ahmad in that position, him and Bruno. Those are the kind of guys who are going to be really good in that position. I just don't think any of our wingers, like Rashford and Garnacho, work in that 10 position. I just don't think they work, whereas I think Mason Mount really does.
Yeah, I was happy with Mount, man. I was really happy with him. Like you said, Nick, it wasn't like an amazing performance, but he did what we needed him to do.
Like Ugarte, for example,
like Ugarte, off the ball, he was really good. There were lots of times where Anthony just wouldn't spot the run. Like Mason Mount was drifting into spaces, and Anthony was just like, I was like, just pass it. But anyway,
little intricate flicks as well, like when he'd be in possession, he'd go into him. I think he did that for Ugarte, didn't he? For Rasmus Højlund.
So he flicked the ball on for Ugarte, especially in the second half before he got taken off. He was just starting to really, really get into it. Like the combinations on that side, you could tell. Like Amorims had a chat with them, and
Well, he had the flick, didn't he, with the second goal, the Rasmus goal, didn't he? He flicked it off to Ugarte, who then put the ball into the box.
Yeah. And we've seen that twice as well. Like, I would like to see him there with a player like Ahmad, someone who's equally who's like smart.
Combinations.
Combinations and stuff. Yeah, because Anthony, like, just wouldn't like lay off the ball a few times. But yeah, apart from that, off the ball, the intensity, it was there. Like he was tracking back, he was spotting runs, he was running off, like pulling men with him to create space. So these are the kind of things that I like to see, apart from just, the goals and assists and stuff like that. If you're not, providing those, at least just be a second, just be a presence.
Yeah.
And I was happy, like, obviously it's his first time back, well, second time back, I think. And he's getting back into the game. And I think he has the space in this team for now.
Yeah,
at very least, and I'm happy, yeah.
Right, back to the comments. Please do smash like on the video for us if you haven't done already. It takes 2 seconds and hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Jonathan Ball, Mazraoui, top 3 signings last summer in the league. Mount had a very good game. That's from Zedits. Random guy saying, did Rasmus get 100% conversion rate today? Probably, because I don't remember him having loads of shots. So I'm guessing so. Gyökeres still on, lads. We've got our own Gyökeres, apparently. Steady on. If Højlund can obviously refine his craft and try protecting the ball and not fall down, he can actually be okay. I think that's a great point. Abiondon Sunday says, up Manchester United. Maz says, was a shame to see him last year, so out of pace of the game. Yeah. I mean, 550 days out. It's a long, long time in it, to be fair. And I actually thought on the ball at times, left wing, he was okay. He weren't too bad.
There's no sort of replacement for match fitness, is there? Like, you can run all the cardio you want on a treadmill or outside, but playing a match, there's nothing the same.
Especially the tempo we was playing at as well, like both end to end.
Yeah. And in that position, you need someone who's good on both feet, like so that you can indent. He didn't really indent that much until Dalot came on, and then he was indenting into that, cutting inside. But yeah, he did all right. I don't think he's going to be here for too long.
Yeah, interesting. Brendan Albertus says, only the start. Let's see where Man United go from here. Too early to talk. Maybe they'll get better with time. Trying to get to comments. After the absolute and rightly deserved criticism of Onana last season, is he getting enough praise from his detractors after this season's performances? I'll throw that question to you, lads. What do you think?
Not according to our comments. Anytime I post a picture of him, I'll put him on the thing. They're just still calling him a shit goalie and he's shite and stuff. I'm like, have you watched us? Have you watched our games? Like, he's pretty much pulled us out of the mud quite a lot this season. So he deserves his flowers, man. He's put some great saves.
Yeah, I've been a huge fan of him, man. Are you settled with the keeper now, Civir? Happy with Onana?
I am happy. You could have done better on the second goal, but I think he's gotten enough credit in the bank so far this season. So
yeah. Right, some quotes from Ruben Amorims saying, the fans made me feel at home. It's so special. Half of the stadium doesn't really know me. I came from Portugal. I've done nothing for this club yet. The way they make me feel at home is something special, and I will keep it until the end of my career. On the game, we said we did 4 substitutions because of the fitness of the players. We are in that kind of moment. And yeah, there's something else that's just moved, but he seems happy. We've got the result, and that's all you can ask for, isn't it?
James McGrogan's got a request. He said, just walked in from work, lads. Can I be cheeky and get a 30-second roundup? Got to give him a 30-second roundup. 30-second roundup.
Okay, 30-second roundup. Gone. Mount was really, really good. Should have a starting place in the team first and foremost. Rasmus Højlund with the brace. Can he keep the consistency in his game to become our number 1 striker? Mazraoui is the best signing of the summer, and I won't hear any different from any other player, team, or individual or pundit. He is the answer. He is the key to unlock Manchester United. I think Onana definitely deserves his flowers. He's been incredible for us. Ugarte did his job. I'm interested in Bruno in the midfield role, and we need to work on the wing backs, I reckon. That's what I'm thinking.
33 seconds.
Yeah, 33 seconds. But there you go, James. Hope that helps.
I'm a professional. I'm a fucking professional. Right, man of the match, lads. Finish off with this.
Do we need to ask this question?
All right, let me ask a different question. Man of the match that isn't Mazraoui.
Right, okay.
Ugarte.
Okay.
It's a good shout.
I
agree with Ugarte. I agree with Ugarte, but just to shout out somebody else, I'll say Onana, because he made some really good saves and sort of pulled us out of the shit again.
Yeah, I've threw myself into a fucking hole here because it's just Mazraoui in it. But I don't know. I thought whether there was a standout. I thought people were better collectively. I'm just gonna. No, I'm not. I can't give it to him. I'll go Rasmus.
You're gonna say Mason
I
Mount.
was gonna, but I was like, steady on, steady on, bro. Yeah, steady on. I just got a bit too you get a bit overhyped in your head. You're like, yeah, calm the fuck down, Nick.
I think Chivy would just leave the Discord if that was gonna happen. But I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I'll go Rasmus just because he got the 2 goals. I think the finish for the second one, whatever it was, the right-footed volley was unbelievable. Obviously got a lot to work on in this game. But look, lads, we've got next 5 games: Everton, Arsenal, Forest, Victoria Pleasant, City. In the next 5. So when we get to the games like Arsenal, for example, at the Emirates, that's the real test to see where we're at the moment.
Chivy's looking forward to that game with so much applause.
The Chivy Derby, they call it now.
Chivy Derby against Arsenal.
We're going to get cooked.
Steady, we've got Everton at home first. You know what I mean? So.
I know. I'm just saying. But yeah, we're going to get. I mean, Arsenal's picking up form now. Like, there's so many holes that they could have. If this was Arsenal in the first half,
there was certain opportunities, weren't there? Like very flaky. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Right, last few comments and then we shall head off. Mount sublime flick to Ugarte for Højlund's second goal was beautiful. Jonathan saying early start tomorrow. Good night, lads. I'll catch up on the rest of the chat. Appreciate you, Jonathan. Literally just read that out. Getting, that's from UTFR. Random saying Onana easily probably our best player of the season behind Majrari, of course. Yeah. Thanks for your time, Nick. Much appreciated, lads. Really appreciate it. Not a problem. Jay. Based on what Nick said, was it not Mount? I almost went for it.
Don't say it.
Yeah. I almost went for it. Rasmus for free, 2 goals and an assist. Did he get an assist, Rasmus?
Yeah, well if you count the Garnacho one.
Shit, yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, there we go then, yeah. Assist as well. Awesome stuff.
Can we read the last comment? James McGogan.
Glad to see the disco ball has gone now, Nick. Thank you. I don't know where it's gone, actually, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks more shimmery on camera. I'm not even joking, because in person, it doesn't look that shiny. It's something to do with the camera.
What's so funny about that was, I was sometimes when I'm driving, like I put the phone on and put the YouTube, and just before I closed the screen, I was like, what the hell is he wearing? And then just when I said that, obviously I couldn't type because I was in the car. But then just when I said that, Nick read out a comment from Sam saying, disco ball. I was like, get in, Sam. Exactly.
Listen, I work outside. I don't give a fuck. I could have a leopard print bobby hat for all. It's freezing and I work at night as well. So listen, if it keeps me warm, that's all I'm asked about. I'll stay shining despite of other people's insults. You know what I mean?
Don't let people take your shine, Nick. Don't let people.
No, I certainly won't. I will not. And don't let people take Ruben Amorim's shine as we head into this next Everton game. I'm looking forward to this weekend. We will have the preview tomorrow now, won't it? I'm guessing if we play. Do we play on Saturday or Sunday? We play on Sunday.
1:30 Sunday.
1:30. What a shit kickoff time that is. 1:30 on a
It's
Sunday.
weird, isn't it?
Very strange. Right, so yeah, we'll have the preview tomorrow. We've got Premier League predictions coming up. We've got loads of stuff coming in. So yeah, appreciate every single one of you taking time out of your day to come and listen to this review with me, Chivy, and Sam. Always love the comments, whether it's about my disco hat or not. I'll always read them out for the rest of this channel's career. Appreciate you all, and we'll see you tomorrow for pros and cons, Prem predictions, and the preview for the Everton game. So I'm moves fast. See you in a bit, lads.
Peace.